My name is Denez Green, and I'm from Poughkeepsie, New York, and I currently live in Sanford, North Carolina, and I have stage 3 colon cancer. So I'm on my way to my 5th chemo session, a little behind today. I have my sister-in-law with me. She's to blame.
I'm always to blame.
But each chemo session gets more intense, and the first couple ones was almost like a wake-up call to, like, you know, change the way I'm eating, make sure I'm getting a lot of sleep, and things of that nature. So luckily for me, I've been eating a lot of food, and making sure that I'm getting a lot of water and a lot of sleep. And I just relax. I'm out of work for 6 months, so I just relax, and you know, I just take it each day. You know, as a new day, I don't even consider myself having cancer. I'm just kind of riding this little wave right now. And it's, you know, this has forced me to sit down, you know, really collect myself, really dig deep, you know, and to just to open up a new lane, you know, for myself, you know, because I've been, you know, kind of in the same circle for so long that this is like a wake-up call, like, yo, you gotta do more. So this is just part of, you know, my documentary on this whole cancer journey. And, you know, most people will look at it as a negative, but this is a positive. And I'm going to show you why.
How's it going? Good.
Yeah,
How are y'all? I'm good. Yeah. Rain, good, gray Monday.
Yeah.
At least it's not raining yet.
Yeah, not yet. It's drizzling though. It's getting
Is
there.
it? Oh,
Yeah. It's definitely drizzling.
Oh,
Yeah.
the definition
I always
of
like having these little fancy shirts on it. Put words on it.
Uh-huh. I noticed that.
Sometimes they speak for themselves.
Yeah. There you go. Somebody has to ask any questions.
I've had on a couple shirts where people were walking. I'll be like walking in the store or something, and just be like, "I like your shirt."
Yeah, you can probably feel the one.
Yeah, like, I like your shirt. I'm just like,
Because you can't just walk by. You gotta like read this. See what's going on.
right. It's pretty cool. On each of these ceiling tiles, there's a different painting. It's pretty cool. I feel like it. Yeah, when you're just sitting around chilling, you know, getting kind of filled up on these machines and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of good to just relax and look back and just look at something soothing like a picture like this. It's unique. So I am getting ready to get hooked up on this nice machine right here. So this machine right here is just gonna put these IVs, put one IV in my port, which is right here. Right there. So it'll get hooked up and then sit here for about an hour. No, I don't even have anything on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just take the stab and just
Just
get it out the way.
Yeah.
So I'm all hooked up for this session here. So this is session 5, and you can see on my port.
What is this?
Nice little tool to hook up to. So, you know, we're about to begin the process, and I'll try to, you know, show you guys enough within reason, you know, don't want too many people in, you know, documentaries that don't want to be in it, of course, and, you know, plus it's a place of business, so.
A mug of sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Doc and then come back.
Okay.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, how long did that take?
I don't even know. I think it was like probably like an hour and a half.
really?
Probably. Yeah, my brother does no tattoos, so
Oh, really?
all 4 of them I have. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Her husband.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, that's my sister-in-law.
Oh, how neat.
Yeah.
You want this for now?
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. How are you?
So he must be good because that's very intricate. Like,
Oh yeah. He's an artist.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
He's an artist and is a chef, so you can just imagine like when he makes food, it's like an art.
If it, yeah. If it's like,
It's
so,
12.
So
Yeah,
12.
This
I guess
is
12
5.
total cycles.
Yeah, 12 total cycles, and you're at 5.
Right.
And I think we were going to get some. After the 6th one, I believe we'll get some scans, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's what
Dr. Romalinga, did
yeah,
you say
I
that?
think that's
Okay.
what he said.
Yeah, it's
the
after 6,
one.
so you're almost there. I know you've been kind of flying through though, right? I don't think we've ever had to transfuse blood or.
Oh man, I've been trying to
Yeah.
take it as slow as possible, but also trying to take it as serious too, as far as like getting like my food and stuff in.
Yeah.
So like I'm pretty much eating like all the time.
All the time. Yeah, no, and that's not, that's good. But I think it's partly because you take some dexamethasone, right?
Mm-hmm.
That side effect wise, it stimulates hunger, and
Okay.
that's where you're getting that appetite from.
Okay.
It's probably, I know you're not taking the dex every day, but you are taking.
Yeah, for those 2 days. That's
Those 2 days. Yeah, so you can expect. So we always watch. Reason why we draw your labs to check on everything, but also to keep an eye on your blood sugars.
Okay.
You're not on the dex consistently enough. I know it's like every 2 weeks, 2 days, but it's not like it's every day. Because if you're on it long term, then it can induce diabetes. So we have to, and it's from all the stimulation of hunger and then eating more food. And, it can blood sugars can become a problem. But again, you're not on it enough to where, I mean, is there a chance we may have to start you on like a sugar medicine? Maybe. I doubt, but
I mean, yeah,
that's where the hunger's coming from, though.
right. And I try to keep it, as clean as possible. As far as what I'm eating.
Sure.
Of course, the vegetables, the fruit, and stuff like that. But every now and then I have me, chocolate chip cookie. Something like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I try to, keep my eating within reason. Because you're still in the process of, trying to eliminate and stuff like that.
And you're not shown any other signs of that being a concern, because long-term high-dose steroid use, you will tend to get swelling. You might get swelling in the back of your neck. We call it like a buffalo hump.
Okay.
Those are for those that are on long-term steroids.
Okay.
And you may also get swelling here around the cheeks and weight gain. That's the other thing that's kind of tips us off to start watching the sugars too, is you start to gain like 10, 20 pounds. And none of those things are happening with you. So I'm not...
No, if anything, I'm fluctuating between, 151, 153. I think I went down probably to...
Probably here, you 151. That's...
Yeah, so I'm fluctuating in between there. So I try to make sure I keep that weight up,
And you know that for a week after you get the infusion, you should be careful about touching cold stuff or drinking cold stuff.
When the first, I think as soon as we started, they had served me something cold as soon as I did my session.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, well, I said, this is almost immediate.
Yeah.
And then throughout the week, usually Monday, so today, tomorrow, Wednesday, probably all the way up until Friday, I feel that.
Okay.
And then it starts to kind of wear off. So I can still feel it in like my fingertips and my toes. Like I went outside with some slippers on, I had socks on and stuff, and it was a little nippy.
Yeah.
And I sat out there for a little bit, my toes started tingling. I said, all right, time to come back in.
Okay. Yeah.
But other than that.
Did you get any when you're drinking anything cold?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, yeah.
It's almost immediate. If I drink anything at a certain temperature, even sometimes if it's like room temperature but a little cold in there.
Yeah.
I can feel it. But other than that, I usually try to just drink, room temperature and just ignore, cold stuff for like that whole week.
For the whole week, yeah. So that's just to watch out for it this week. But then next week you should be okay.
Yeah, like usually I probably try to cook some chicken in my hands to get the whole, neuropathy feeling and stuff, the numbness and tingling. And it's like, I gotta drop the chicken real quick and kind of start over.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's been a good
pretty smooth, right?
It's been pretty smooth, man.
Yeah. And you know, I think a lot of things that help too is that you're not like the other people around you. You know, you're young
Right.
and healthy otherwise, and you know other real medical things that you've ever been treated for, like blood pressure or diabetes or whatever. And so that all helps to your advantage.
I also think like the just me being out of work and
Sure.
just having that break to kind of just just relax and kind of just do your own
less
thing.
stress. Yeah,
Less stress. Like you're more relaxed. You know.
And has you're on long term, right? Or short term disability? Or?
Yeah, short term.
Disability. Okay. At some point, then your employer will let you know. They may send you some forms and we can fill it out for long term.
Okay.
Because I think short term lasts anywhere from 3 to 6 months, right?
I think it's 6 months.
6 months, okay. If you needed extra time, certainly we could help out. But I think if you're doing this well and we don't run into any more speed bumps or delays in treatment, you should be done right at 6 months and then should be able to return to work after that.
Right.
But if we need to extend any more time off, we definitely would have to do it through the long-term part.
Now, would they have a process as far as like when they do I forgot what I was about to say.
You mean like returning to work or
like so? No, the process of when we So how long do they usually want us? So is there an early finish?
Oh, early.
Like an early finish to like chemo treatment. Like, are you you're doing so well? You know.
No, typically not. We do the only time we do our cut off early is if there are lots of complications, poor tolerability, you're sick all the time. Then we can cut it off early. But if you're not, we do the standard number. And even if you're doing great and all that, there might be a small chance, but we may stop early. But I think to maximize to drop the recurrence rate, the chance of things coming back even further, we go through the standard number of treatments. That's why we keep going. But I think I would leave a little tiny room for small possibility that if you continue to do great, scans look good, we might stop early. But I would think because of recurrence risk reduction purposes, we're trying to get through the full 12.
Right. That makes sense.
Okay. All right. Actually, I'm going to print out. Did you need any more medications? I think.
I think I'm pretty good for right now. And then I think also I'll need a physician update.
Oh, a letter.
Yeah, probably. They say I need it by the 26th, and I think I have another session around the 22nd. I want to say it should probably be my next session. If I'm
Yes.
have it right.
Was today the 22nd? You're right.
So then I'll probably end up trying to do it then.
Do it then.
Because I need to grab the number and stuff. I forgot to grab the number.
And that's all right. I'll put it in our notes to expect to get a letter going for you.
Okay.
And then that shouldn't be a problem. We'll get it to you when you come back.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get you your paperwork, and then then you can go on over.
I head back, right?
So.
Head back.
Yeah. All right. Don't head back right now. I'll come back in a minute with your paperwork, and then you can head over.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
I'll be right back.
So, most people will probably want to do. They expect to do 12. I don't really expect to do 12. If we do 12, hey, we do 12. But I don't expect to do 12. I expect to be done early. That's just me, being a believer that I am and having faith in what I believe in. I don't expect to do 12 sessions. We're going to get out early. So let's take it back 23 years ago. When I was 7 years old, I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a type of lung cancer. From what I can remember, I was in the bathroom and I was cleaning and I began to gasp for air. I couldn't breathe. I started crying. I was scared. I was screaming for my mom. And when she came in, I was still screaming and saying I can't breathe. And that was probably one of the scariest times of my life. We went to the doctors, and the doctors ran some tests, and they came back and they said that I have cancer. Now, I'm 7 years old, so I don't know what cancer is. But to see my mom start crying, I knew that it wasn't good. So I started crying. So she looked at me and she told me everything will be okay. And we began the process. We ended up going to Albany Medical Center where I received all my treatment. And I would have to stay in the hospital for 4 to 5 days at a time. And when I was staying in the hospital, I would have my mom, relatives, family, friends. They would stay with me while I was staying in the hospital if my mom couldn't stay. I had times where my family wanted to come up and play with me, and I didn't have enough energy to play with them long enough. I would literally only have about 20 minutes of playtime before I was drained and had to go back and lay down. So for me, being 7 years old and going through cancer, it was tough because I wanted to still be a kid. I still wanted to go out and play. You know, when I was in school, I couldn't do recess. When I was home, I couldn't really play. I was pretty much, I just had to sit down. So I didn't really get to enjoy a lot of my childhood while going through cancer. I was able to take my family to Disney World through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And we also would go to an event where they had like a Christmas party every year. And I can bring my whole family and they'll give each and every one of them a Christmas present. And I was with a bunch of other people, a bunch of the children that had cancer too. But even though we all had cancer, we all smiled. We all had fun, even though we didn't know what was coming next. They hook you up through all these chemicals and medicines, and they give you all these shots. I remember they said they were going to give me a shot in my spine, and they said if I moved, I'll be paralyzed. I remember getting shots in both my thighs at the same time. It was so painful that they had to put heating pads on your thighs. Cancer at 7 years old was a lot to endure, especially as a kid. But it taught me a lot. My family was always there. I never had to question if my family was going to be there. It was always there. So to go through it at 30 years old, the support was still there. I just had to be strong and know that, once again, I would be cancer-free. So I tell this to anybody that's going through cancer right now. Stay strong. Do everything you need to do to keep your mind right, keep your body right, and to make sure that you can too say, I'm cancer-free. Can't get any better than this, man. Can't get any better than this view. You know, a lot of people been through a whole bunch of shit. Sometimes, man, this is all you need right here. Hit that reset button. And get back on it. Don't ever stop. Grind never stops. I'm never stopping. Blessed. So we up early. We heading to a vintage car show at about 10 o'clock. It's supposed to be super lit, so we're gonna head there. So I guess we made it to the car show. And these are some beautiful cars, man. So definitely enjoy this. Enjoy this. What's going on, everybody? Small little update on the whole, cancer journey and stuff like that, stuff from my documentary. Great news. I did my 8th session of chemo a couple weeks ago, and I was lucky to be able to stop my chemo. I don't have to go through any more chemo. And today is actually the 18th. It's around 9:10 in the morning. And I'm heading to surgery to get my port taken out. So this is finalizing the whole cancer journey and everything that I've been going through over these past couple of months. And it's a good thing that I can sit here and say that, you know, I'm cured. Once again, two times. So I appreciate everybody with all the support, all the love. Everybody was sending me a lot of love, a lot of positive vibes. I appreciate it because, you know, that along with, you know, myself, you know, being in order, getting my life back in order and stuff, I was able to, you know, eliminate a lot of stress and unwanted negativity. So I appreciate everybody. And this is before I'm going into surgery, so a lot of people will be like, you know, wish you luck, you know, good vibes, all that support. So I definitely appreciate that in advance. When you bless, you bless. That's all you can say. You just bless. Doctors will never understand because they go by studies and research and stuff like that, but I go by the man upstairs. So when you bless, you bless. All right, everybody. So I'm done with surgery. I'm out. There's no more port. I wait about 2 weeks, and you already know where I'm going. I'm going to the gym. I'm getting back to my grind, getting back on schedule, getting everything back in order, man. And man, it feels good to, you know, be able to wrap this up, you know, and let everybody know that, you know, I'm well. I feel great. I'm on top of things, and it's just, you know, just time to get back to normal, you know. You know, this journey was a great journey. A lot of people would try to, you know, chuck it up to something negative, which is not. You know, for some people, you can have your negative aspect on whatever you want to have it on, but for me, this was not a negative aspect. It wasn't a negative journey. This was a journey for me to get back to what I used to do, the old me, you know, the David that a lot of people, you know, missed. You know, I was doing my own thing. I was in my own little rut, you know, but now, you know, things are better. So, you know, I appreciate everybody, all the love and support, even with the comments and stuff. I appreciate it, you know. Again, I'm blessed. And once I get everything back in order, I'm coming for everything. I want it all, and that's all I'm going to tell you. I want it all, and you should want it all too, so stay tuned because there's a lot more to come, all right? Peace.